Welcome to The Land, your bet sports betting show. 4 more playoff games here in the NBA on Tuesday. In this episode, going to go through the Magic and the Celtics. Also have episodes up for the other 2 games in the Eastern Conference, and then we'll be running that live show tomorrow at 3 p.m. on Tuesday to go through the stuff with the Clippers and the Nuggets. So make sure to subscribe to that channel. Don't miss any of these episodes. We're bringing you moving forward throughout these playoffs. Want to go through how we did on Sunday here as well. Show you that we had a really nice night there. Struggled on Friday and Saturday, but didn't have episodes up for those. So we'll go through how we did here on Sunday, and then hopefully another nice winning night on Monday, as I'm still recording during the Rockets game. But if that all sounds good, go ahead and give this video a like. Let's get right into it. Just 4 bets on Sunday. Was definitely preoccupied over the course of the last 4 or 5 days with moving into a new house. That didn't work out so great, but we're getting on track here, and we're finally able to get back to everyday videos here for you guys. Up 5.2 units now. Definitely lost a few over the course of Friday and Saturday, like I said, but still up in the positive. Feeling good about the way we're betting these playoffs. Now on the season, up nearly 40 units and a 3-1 record there on Sunday to get 2.4 back. First bet was Paolo Banchero, 30+ points there. Not totally sure if we can totally rely on that on an elimination game here for them moving forward in this next one against Boston. But Paolo took 32 shots in this game, so if he's going to have that kind of volume, we're probably going to feel good about 30 points. Tatum, we took on a little parlay because the threes were too low, so I wanted to play the threes at like -140, but just parlayed them with the 25.5 points because also thought those were too low, and now kind of wish I would have taken the 30+ as he went off and nuclear once again. Definitely going to be talking about him in that episode as well. And then Nembhard loved the under rebounds because he's guarding Dame. He didn't end up guarding Dame because Dame left after like 6 minutes in the first quarter, but he still got the under 4.5 and 10+ points. That's just a nice little like easy parlay when we think about it. He doesn't get 5 rebounds almost ever, and 10+ points is something he's done with ease throughout the playoffs since last season. Plus 108 because of the negative correlation between those 2 bets. So felt great about it. And then I did think Dame was going to come back and have a bounce back at least from 3, get 3 3-pointers. He played 6 minutes. For those of y'all who did bet on Dame, hopefully you did get that bonus bet there. It was like a 100% bonus match on the bets from at least from DraftKings, which is where we did bet this yesterday. So like I said, up 5.2 in the playoffs, 39.7 here on the season now. So let's keep it going and get into what I've got for the first game on Tuesday night. As we jump into Game 5 notes for this one, do want to give you guys a chance to jump into the VIP for a free month. If you're interested, you can go ahead and sign up for any of the sports books that are listed in the description of the video here. They're also scrolling right underneath me there, so you can see which ones you may not have. Use code LYB when you sign up for those, and I'll go ahead and get you a free month in the VIP. Just screenshot me some proof showing me that you got in there with that code. I'm at JLBoogie on Twitter and Discord. Happy to go ahead and help and give you guys a free month for signing up for one of those partner sports books. But looking at Game 5 notes. Drew Holiday out again. Jaylen Brown questionable again. A couple days after playing 41 minutes in Game 4, had another 40-minute game a couple of games before that. So like I don't really know that we should buy into the questionable tag. I think JB is probably good, although they probably don't want to run him too hard if they don't have to, which is what we've seen them do with Drew now as well. Careful with this one, though. Elimination games are often good moments in time for blowouts, and that's going to be trouble, right? So I don't think the Magic are going to fold by any means. They're young, scrappy. They have nothing to play for, really, other than just pride and continuing to grow and learn and get experience from this. So I don't think they're going to get blown out. But it is something to keep in mind here is maybe be a little bit more cautious. Maybe you don't go with quite as many alt lines and ladders and things like that, because I don't know that we can rely on guys getting normal minutes. Tatum, though, regardless of the minutes, is probably going to look at another 20 to 25 field goal attempts, especially if Jaylen Brown sits. But even if he's in, right? In the last game, he took 23. He took 25 rather. He's now at 23 per game in this series when he's played in the 3 games that he's been in. A lot of those are threes, by the way. And Boston is only 11th in 3-pointers made during the playoffs, which I thought was a absolutely shocking stat. Orlando is dead last. Not a shocking stat, but it still just goes to show you, like, Boston's not even playing that well. They're not shooting that well. They're certainly not going all out, and Orlando still just has no shot at doing anything about it. So I'm not going to take them to win. I'm very happy for them that they avoided the full sweep, got that win at home in Game 3. Just don't know that they're much longer for this series. A couple interesting things here as we jump into the matchups, starting with the Magic on offense. They really like Jason Tatum not having to guard anyone who's going to take that many shots. So they put him out last game anyway on Corey Joseph. Jaylen Brown, who was the one questionable with an injury, got Wagner. Maybe that's a reason Wagner had such a big game in that one, is that he had a dude that was allegedly injured guarding him. And then White and KCP continue to stick to each other, and Horford and Banchero will also be sticking to each other. And then Porzingis on Carter Jr. Jr. But yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of the same matchups here outside of the Tatum one. As we put the Celtics on offense, we are going to see Corey Joseph on Derek White, KCP on Jaylen Brown, and then Franz will be back on Jason Tatum so that Banchero can guard Horford, which is what they prefer in that sense, because then Banchero has a lot more energy on offense as he's not guarding a guy like Jason Tatum. And then the centers just go at it in terms of KP and Carter Jr., who's done a pretty good job. And to be honest, though, KP's just missed a ton of shots. Carter Jr. doing a good job keeping his hand up. But let's go ahead and see how these matchups will impact these player props for the Magic and Celtics. As always, going to be using Props Madness here on the show to go through these props with you guys. #1 sports betting research tool for all things hoops and props. Definitely make sure to use code LYB if you want to sign up here and try this program out for yourself. It is a 7-day free trial, and then you'll also get 25% off on your first month if you do use that code when you sign up for Props Madness. Jumping into what we've got here for this one, and we started off that Pistons and Knicks game with a first quarter bet. And I mean, we got to go back to this guy. It's Kristaps Porzingis. It's the first quarter. It's a wagon. He's at 6 points per game. And like we talk about in the other episode with the guy that I like from the Pistons, to go over in the first quarter on his points, it's all about the volume. It's about minutes, and it's about shot attempts, right? And if you look at Kristaps in this series now, he's over in 2 of 4. He's taking just 1 shot in game 1, but 4 shots in game 2 in the first quarter, 4 shots here, and 5 shots in game 5, or 4 rather. So he's at about 4.5 shots per game in the first quarter of the series, which is what he's at on the season as well. The minutes for him as well, 7-10, 7-10. So it really just depends a little bit on, 1, is he making shots? 2, does he pick up a foul or 2? And does Mazzulla think that he looks good in the first quarter, not too injured or anything like that, right? And as long as Kristaps is normal, then this is a wonderful bet at 4.5 points. He's averaging that in this series, but it's really just, like I said, about the shots, about the minutes. And you give him even the 7 minutes he had here, he still took 5 shots in this last game in the 7 minutes. That was game 4. So I'm still going to go back to this, man. It's an insane hit rate since the All-Star break. If you look at this, basically like the last 30 games or so, he's over in 21 of 30, averaging 6 points per first quarter. Just got something we got to go back to as a guy that they definitely look to get started early, and they're going to continue to do that throughout these playoffs. Next guy I'm going to here is Jaylen Brown, and I'm looking at an under on his assists, but you can't get very good odds for that, right? So I do want to take this and pair it with 15 plus points for JB. The thing about this bet here is when he plays against this team, right? There's 6 games that he's played. 3 of those he went over on the dimes, right? If you look at the potential assists, they're at 6 per game versus this team, which goes down 2 from his average on the season, where he's at 8 potential assists per game. But the interesting thing about 2 of these 3 games where he went over is he was playing without Jason Tatum. He's not going to be doing that in this game. Tatum's out there. He's now played 4 games against the Magic with Tatum. He did go over in this first one on Jan 17. He had 9 potential assists in that game. I'm going to go ahead and call that one an outlier, because in the other ones, he had 7, 4, and 5 potential assists. And the reason for that is that this team isn't going to double team him. So he's going to have a one-on-one matchup going to the hoop. And Jaylen Brown doesn't want to pass going to the hoop when he has one-on-one matchups, much less one-on-2 matchups. So I do think we're going to continue to see him not get collapsed on, not have the other guys double team him. You can't come off of Jason Tatum, right? And you certainly don't want to come off of Derek White, and you certainly don't want to come off of KP or even really Al Horford. So there's a big reason why his assists are such a good take against this team. Tatum is the one more likely to get assists, and I still don't even like that for Tatum, right? Because he is getting the ball out of his hands sometimes, is Jason Tatum, and then Jaylen Brown is still just one-on-one with guys. There's no imbalanced defense for him to make another pass and then find an assist. There's no swinging the ball around the horn against the Orlando Magic. And as far as the points go, you're going to have to make it really hard for him not to get 15 points, again, because he's going one-on-one with everybody. And Jaylen Brown has not met a one-on-one matchup he didn't like. I'll put it that way. So if you look at the way that he passes on drives, it's almost not at all. And that's a big part of why I love this so much for the under on his assists and the over on his points. We got to talk about Jason Tatum boards. He just had 14 of them on 23 rebound chances against this Magic team. And I showed you at the top here, he's guarding Corey Joseph. And that's a big reason why I loved his rebounds in this last game, right? There's 2 main arguments for this bet right here on over on his boards. One is the matchup. Guarding a guy that's not a good rebounder in Corey Joseph. He's also guarding a guy that's off ball, in the corner, just in a good position for Jason Tatum to sort of be on the baseline or, crashing the boards because he's not really worried about Corey Joseph even taking that many shots, right? The other thing here is he actually does better, which I've talked about for pretty much the whole season, when he plays with like both Jaylen Brown and Kristaps Porzingis on the season. His rebounds are actually better than what they are without those two, right? 9.2 on the season. And if you took just like one of those guys out, he's at about 8.4 boards per game. But now we're talking about 40 minutes, right? Barring a blowout. And I told you guys, I don't think that this is going to be much of a blowout. I do think we're going to see this game stay relatively close. And as a result of that, like, he's going to play another 38 to 42 to maybe 44 minutes, because I'm very confident that the Celtics just want to close this thing out, get a bit of rest before they get into the next series, most likely against the Knicks here in the 2-3 matchup. So they're going to want to get theirs, right? And just be rested versus a Knicks team that's probably going to cause them a pretty bruising series. So as a result, I still think they just want to end this game, which means more minutes in this game to avoid going back to Orlando in any fashion. And as a result, I think he's going to be bringing it on the rebounds and with the minutes because of the matchup and because of how well he does when he's playing with Kristaps Porzingis. So Paolo stuff finally got too high. You've been seeing me take the 30 plus for him, and it's because I've been getting plus money. I don't mind plus the basically flat, right, or like even money plus 100 for 30 plus. It's not terrible, but there's a lot of outs where this goes wrong, including the Celtics sort of put this thing away relatively early. So that does make me want to sort of to dwindle these things. I think I'm probably putting together like a parlay where I take like Paolo 25, I take Franz for 20 or 25, and then I'll take like the Celtics money line, right? Because the Celtics money line paired with two guys on the Magic to go over is going to get us a really nice negatively correlated plus money parlay as well. So I'm definitely going to be looking at some overs for Paolo, some probably add some Franz stuff there, and just play this stuff as a parlay because I don't trust Paolo to get the normal minutes in the event that this game isn't close enough. All right, don't forget, if you do want to jump into the VIP, you can get a free month just by signing up for any of the sports books that are listed in the description of the video here. And then go ahead and send me a screenshot showing me that you signed up for those books using that code LYB, and I'll get you that free month in the Discord. You can hit me up at JLBoogie on Twitter or Discord. Just send me that screenshot. Let me know that you signed up for one of those sports books using the code LYB, and we'll get you in there so you don't miss any of the plays I've got for the rest of this postseason. So best of luck here on Tuesday night. Until I see y'all next, happy betting.